This week's 48 Hours investigates a suspicious death in South Carolina. Authorities say they found Davis McClendon's body near his dented car in the middle of the night. At first, investigators thought it was a hit and run, but an oil trail at the scene led them to believe he was targeted for murder. Anne-Marie Green has an early look at her 48 Hours report.
May 7th, 2023, Greenwood County authorities discovered Davis McClendon fatally injured near his dented BMW and suspected the vehicle that hit him leaked oil found on the road. Investigator Patrick Durkin.
There was tire marks that had gone back down the road and kind of turned around.
The oil trail led sheriff's deputies right to the home where local businessman Bud Ackerman was living.
Sheriff's office.
Authorities noticed his Ford pickup was leaking oil in the driveway.
Can I get you to step with me over here for me, please? All right.
They had learned Bud Ackerman's soon-to-be ex-wife, Meredith, was dating Davis McClendon. And according to Meredith, Bud couldn't accept she was moving on. Days earlier, she says, Ackerman had texted her.
Something about, Meredith, how could you?
Meredith told authorities she'd been out with Davis earlier the night he was killed. Phone records and surveillance video, investigators say, show Ackerman compulsively trying to contact her until Davis, seen here, had enough and went to meet him. Investigator Ronnie Powell.
We think there's enough evidence at the scene to prove of what occurred.
Authorities say an angry Ackerman mowed down Davis, who had been standing next to his BMW, as in this CBS News animation based on the authorities' theory. Bud Ackerman was arrested for the murder of Davis McClendon.
Well, that's just the beginning.
Because it turns out, Bud Ackerman says he was meeting Davis just to talk, but that Davis was standing near the middle of the road, approximately as shown in this CBS News animation based on the defense's theory, and was nearly impossible to see before it was too late. Bud Ackerman would say it was all an accident and set out to prove it.
All right, I'm here reunited with my old ride or die, Anne-Marie Green, in the studio. So, Anne-Marie, was there other evidence found the night of this murder?
There was a ton of evidence. I mean, we know that there are cameras everywhere when we're moving around. So they had surveillance video of the date that she was on with the victim. Meredith was on with the victim. Text messages, doorbell cameras from the neighborhood where the car accident happened. Prosecutors say you can see Bud's car, but more importantly, you can hear what happened during and after the accident.
What did investigators learn by looking at Bud Ackerman's car itself?
So let me tell you, we already know that these cars are basically computers with wheels on them. We know that they document basically everything that happens.
Track your movement.
Right, and you expect speed, left, right, your favorite radio station. But this was a pretty fancy car, pretty fancy truck, and the infotainment system kept track, I mean, to the millisecond, what happened with this vehicle.
Wow.
Whether the wheel left the road for a quarter of a second.
Whoa.
Every single public Wi-Fi that the truck drove past. If he drove past a coffee shop with public Wi-Fi, the public Wi-Fi would say, hey, I'm public. His truck would say, I'm a truck. And all of that would be stored.
Wow.
So they could see exactly every place that he had gone for the evening. And they say that proves what's in his head and his heart.
Ooh. Oh, my gosh. All right, Anne-Marie, thank you very much. You can watch Anne-Marie's 48 Hours report, the hit and run homicide of Davis McClendon, tomorrow at night at 10/9 Central here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.